I'm not going to be the most successful person on the planet, nor do I want to be. I just want to be the most successful version of me while working the least hard possible. Yeah, so decision making is everything. And in fact, someone who makes decisions right 80% of the time instead of 70% of the time will be valued and compensated in the market hundreds of times more. And I think people have a hard time understanding that, but that's a fundamental fact of leverage. If I'm managing $1 billion and I'm right, 10% more of the time than somebody else, and that's $100 million worth of value on a judgment call. And with modern technology and large workforces and capital, our decisions are getting leveraged more and more. So if you can be more right, more rational, and that's one of the reasons why I love your blog, because it really focuses on helping you be more right, better decision making, more rational, then you're going to just get nonlinear returns in your life. So decision making is everything. And decision making, what's going on? The brain is a memory prediction machine. It has a memory of things that worked in the past and what it's read, and it's trying to predict the future. And the lousy way to do memory prediction is X happened in the past, therefore X will happen in the future. It's too based on specific circumstances. So what you want principles, you want mental models. So the best mental models that I have found have come through evolution, game theory, and Charlie Munger, who I'm sure you quote a lot on your blog, but Charlie Munger, who's Warren Buffett's partner, very good investor, but he has tons and tons of great mental models. Nassim Taleb has great mental models. The Benjamin Franklin had great mental models. So I basically load my head full of mental models. But then different ones apply to every situation. So I don't really run a checklist, but I was really into complexity theory back in the mid 90s. And the more I got into it, the more I understand the limits of our knowledge and the limits of our prediction capability. And that's been super helpful to me. So that has helped me come up with a system that operates in the face of ignorance. And I believe that fundamentally we are ignorant and very, very bad at predicting the future. So I don't look for, and I don't believe that I have the ability to say what is going to work. So rather what I try to do is I try to eliminate what's not going to work. So I think being successful is just about not making mistakes. It's not about having correct judgments. It's about avoiding the incorrect judgments. So I have mental models around how do I determine if I can trust somebody, around what are the actual odds that this is going to work, how much margin of safety do I have if it works out. The angel bets and venture bets are great because they have nonlinear outcomes in the positive, but on the downside you can only lose 1x, but on the upside you can make 10,000x. So I try to rig the game. So I don't believe in specific goals. Scott Adams said famously also, set up systems, not goals. So use your judgment to figure out what kinds of environments you can thrive in, and then build a system to create that environment around you so that you're statistically likely to succeed. I'm not going to be the most successful person on the planet, nor do I want to be. I just want to be the most successful version of me while working the least hard possible, right? Yeah. I want to be like in 1,000 universes, Naval is successful with 999. He's not a billionaire, but he's done pretty well in all of them, right? So whatever the metric is, or he's happily married in most of them. He may not have nailed it in every regard, but he's set up systems such that he's failed in very few places. So basically, I just try and set up good systems, and then the individual decisions don't matter that much, because I think our ability to make individual decisions is actually not great. So, for example, as an investor, my system is I want to see 10,000 companies, and I want to pick 500 that have a shot of being huge, and then I want the option to double down on the 5 winners. I don't want to just look at 100 companies and pick 10 that I think are winners and go all in on those.
Right.
Because I don't think I have that capability. And I think there's a lot of ex post facto reasoning and sort of origin stories that people make up about why they were successful. But the real separation here is you look at which people are consistently successful. Especially in Silicon Valley, there are lots of one-hit wonders. But how many people consistently seem to do something interesting, build something interesting, make money, and do something new? So I'm not even anymore for the money. It's like, can I do something interesting and new? Can I create something brand new that the world has never seen, that it gets value out of, that it uses, that is congruent with my morals? So I never have problems sleeping at night, and I never have to worry about selling something that I wouldn't buy. I also don't think you need to be that hard on yourself. Right? A lot of what goes on today is a lot of your listeners are right now like beating themselves up and scribbling notes and saying, I need to do this and I need to do that and I need to do. No, you don't need to do anything. All you should do is what you want to do. And if you stop trying to figure out how to do things the way other people want you to do them, then you get to listen to that little voice inside of your head that wants to do things a certain way, and then you get to be you. And no one in the world is going to beat you at being you. You're never going to be as good at being me as I am, and I'm never going to be as good at being you as you are. So certainly listen, absorb, but don't try and emulate. It's a fool's errand. Instead, each person is uniquely qualified at something. They have some specific knowledge, capability, and desire that nobody else in the world does. That's just purely from the combinatorics of human DNA and development. And so your goal in life is to find out the people who need you the most, to find out the business that needs you the most, to find the project and the art that needs you the most, because there's something out there just for you. But what you don't want to do is be building checklists and decision frameworks built on what other people are doing, because you're never going to be there.